Okay, guys, I know it's been a while. It's been about a week, actually. And after a week of not doing reviews, I realized that I really don't have much, I really don't have much to do in my free time except watch movies. And when I watch a movie that's good enough, I like to review it. Or if I'm going to watch a movie that I'm interested in, I'd like to review it. So I figured tonight I would check out an Italian science fiction horror film from 1980. And this is an infamous Video Nasty, one of the films that was banned in the UK during the 80s, similar to stuff like Blood Feast, The Burning, Don't Go in the House, Cannibal Holocaust, which are all in their own way very good films. And this is Contamination. I have it on this double pack with H.G. Wells' The Shape of Things to Come, but it's on its own disc. So, yeah. Contamination is one of the many Italian, unofficial sequels and or ripoffs of Alien. I've already reviewed one of them, which was Alien 2 on Earth. The original title of Contamination was Alien Contamination, and they had to change it because apparently 20th Century Fox owns the rights to the word alien, which is a bit weird. I guess they own it as like a title, I guess. But so I've seen a lot of unofficial Italian sequels in my time as a horror film addict, and for the most part, a good amount of them are at least fun to watch. And I know that this one is known as that movie that has the exploding, that has like the really cool exploding bodies effect. And the only thing I really know about this movie is that it's about a astronaut who goes to Mars and he sees these eggs there and nobody believes him, and then they end up on Earth somehow. And the eggs cause people to explode, yet nothing hatches out of the eggs. Like, there are literally, from what I've heard of, scenes where there's an egg in a room with someone and then they're scared shitless of it. Like, I mean, yeah, it's kind of creepy, but they're scared like it's hatching. Or they're scared like there's an actual xenomorph in the room. So, I'm gonna watch it. And hopefully this will be entertaining as much, or as at least as entertaining and interesting as Alien 2 on Earth was, or as interesting as Blood Diner. Even though that's not an Italian unofficial sequel, it's still kind of a semi-sequel. Entertaining as like Alien 2 on Earth, Ghost House, Zombie. So yeah, let's go watch this thing. So the movie opens with credits and the title screen and these guys flying around a helicopter, and they eventually find this ship in the New York harbor with no crew on it, and it seems very suspicious. So they kind of dock the ship, and they call the police, and the only thing that remains on the ship, no crew, nothing is on the ship. The only thing that remains is a terrible smell. After the responding officer and the witnesses of the ship who drove it to the shore, or drove it to the dock, get on board, they go around looking for stuff, looking for clues, and it appears that they all just kind of disappeared without a trace within one night, because the last entry in the captain's log was from 24 hours ago. Of course, they somehow all disappeared overnight without a trace. But that's a lie, actually. They find one body that seems to have exploded, and then another one, and another, and even more. I'll give the film this so far. At this point in the film, it has a nice creepy atmosphere. It's on this abandoned ship. It's dark. It feels like an Alien movie, except there's no xenomorph. So they finally find the eggs, and they're in these boxes of what these boxes that are supposed to be full of coffee of like containers of coffee, and they're full of these alien eggs that are green and like pulsating, and they make this really weird like moaning sound when you get near them when they start to slowly hatch. And an egg hatches, well, it's more like an explosion. It kind of explodes onto this guy, and the guy does exactly the same. He explodes into a mess of just guts and blood. The Blue Underground version, as far as I know, does not have the original Italian dub of this movie. It has the English dub, which in a lot of Italian horror films, when there's an English dub of it, it usually is a bit cheesy and goofy, but they really do try, and that's the same thing here. They really tried to be serious when recording this dub, obviously, but sometimes it came off as a little ridiculous. If you watch certain scenes without any context, it seems really ridiculous, because there's literally a scene where a woman is in a bathroom and there's an egg in the bathroom and she's screaming, like trying to get out and the door's locked. She's like, "There's an egg! There's an egg!" like yelling like it's some kind of monster. Interesting fact, film director Alfred Hitchcock was afraid of eggs. So this movie would probably be absolutely terrifying to him, and I'm sure if he was trapped in a room with an egg, that would be his reaction. That's just a little kind of thing I actually learned about yesterday. I thought I would put that in. But, yeah, it's like, it seems really stupid and ridiculous if you're watching the scenes out of context. Within context, it's still a little bit ridiculous. Like, there are some flashback scenes that are cheesy. The only alien we actually see in this movie, which is kind of like the queen alien from Alien, from the Alien movies at least. That alien makes an appearance at the end of the movie, and it's just kind of completely stationary, and it looks a little cheesy, but it also looks kind of cool at times. I'm getting too ahead of myself. The writing in this movie is okay. The characters are likable but not super complex. The effects are kind of cheesy but really cool to look at still. It's kind of like a Cronenbergian, like, body horror science fiction film. Everything from a technical standpoint, lighting, sound mix, camera work, all of that is really good. The music is really, really nice and creepy because it is done by the band Goblin. If you don't know who Goblin is, well, they often collaborate with Dario Argento, and they did the soundtrack for Suspiria, which is easily one of the best horror film soundtracks I've probably ever heard. So the music here is really good. The pacing is a little off. I mean, I'd read in reviews that the movie gets really boring, and honestly, it didn't get boring for me. I was entertained almost the entire time. There's usually something going on that's at least a little bit interesting that helps you learn a little more about, like, the origin of the eggs and how they hatch exactly. I liked it. On the gore meter from 1 to 10, 1 being something like Nosferatu and 10 being something like Brain Dead, Contamination is probably about a 5.5. There's just a lot of exploding people just exploding everywhere. And and there's some gun violence and some fighting. I like this movie. I like this movie for what it was. While it does try to make money off of Alien by adding by the title being Alien Contamination, or the original title was like Contamination, Alien on Earth, or Toxic Spawn. Those are some of the other titles for it. It does try to make money off it, but it is not a complete rip-off. There's enough stuff going on, and enough different stuff to make it its own movie. Really, the only similar things are the eggs and the alien that lays them, and that's really the only two similarities. Other than that, it's like some kind of, kind of cheesy, albeit it's a really good movie. It's a good movie, albeit cheesy, but it's a gore fest with, like, elements of, like, body horror and action films and science fiction films and space exploration films a little bit. Even, even like a little bit of Invasion of the Body Snatchers thrown in. Honestly, it kind of gives that vibe. I personally think at times, and even some James, and even kind of like James Bond, like where you find out what's going on, and then the villains, instead of killing the main characters, they decide to go through and explain why they're doing this before doing anything with the heroes. So it's a little goofy and cheesy, but I still liked it. I probably have to give it a 4 out of 5. 8 out of 10. It's really worth a watch if you are interested in this. I would definitely say give it a watch. It's worth checking out at least once, and I'll honestly say I only paid like $5 for it with another film on a two-pack with Contamination and The Shape of Things to Come, and I didn't watch either of them, but so far, I mean, yeah, I'd pay $5 to own Contamination. Now I also have another movie that's apparently horribly cheesy and bad. But anyway, guys, with that, we are back with some reviews. So anyway, guys, if you liked the video, like my channel, be sure to like this video, favorite it, whatever you want, and maybe subscribe perhaps. I would really, really appreciate that. And check the links in the description below. There are links to things like my Tumblr, Twitter, all that, Facebook. All that is in the description below.
Hey there, kids. Do you want to get cool stuff in the mail like this? Or this? Or even this? Well, then subscribe to Horror Block today. Have you ever wanted to do cool cosplays like this? Or even this? Well, now you can. Subscribe to Moonchild Cosplay on YouTube, and you can see all her tutorials on how to do cool stuff like this. Do you want to get cool horror and exploitation film t-shirts like this? Or this? Or this? Well, then go to RottenCotton.com to check out all of their premium t-shirts.